active.
Alright guys, Blake here. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new event sites. The one we're going to be starting with is called the Shining Flame Base. I haven't run any of these and I haven't done any research into them yet, so I'm going into this pretty cold, which is why I'm going to be taking my Kronos. It's the Glentate Marauder, so it shouldn't struggle. I actually used to use this for the original Emerging Conduits, because the Triglavians used to be such a pain with regards to like how fast they moved and that. So this is all about tracking basically. So we've got tracking enhancers, a couple of dual webs, reppers, a little bit of DPS, but it's mainly all about the tracking. I'm hoping nothing goes wrong because the ship is worth 1.6 bill, but we shall find out. Now I've already found a site. I'm hoping it hasn't been run.
Drive active.
And we'll run it together and see how we get on. The whole no research thing sounded like a really good idea like before filming, but now I'm really concerned that the ship's gonna die. Another good thing about the ship, because of the bonuses you get, you only need 4 weapons, so I can salvage as I go. I've also got an MTU. I don't know what the loot is. I believe you get some form of, you can pick up skins. I know a lot of people have been talking about, but again, other than that, I know nothing. So we'll just bastion up and see what happens. Let's start with these, okay. And as soon as I start, a Vexer jumps in. How annoying. Is he just going to leave or not? Activate tracking. Optimal 16. Okay, well, we're going to go down quite quickly, but I'm not quite sure what this Vexer is going to do. I'm hoping it just goes away. We'll have it as well. A little bit better tracking. I've got a feeling this Vexer is making things a little bit tricky, because it looks like half of them are jumping after him and the other half are going for me. Now, good thing is I'm not having any problems at all hitting the frigates. What was this? Oh, hang on, I think that's what the loot looks like. Oh, yeah, of course it is. Must be the Halloween thing. It's a little bit confused for a minute. Let's see what we got. Oh, did I catch back? Yeah, I did catch Bastion. Okay, well, there's not enough interest going on here. Let's see if maybe we can get through the gate. Yeah, looks like the Vexer struggles a little bit. Not taking it down very quickly, and that's its only target. I do plan on trying to revisit this with sort of how, like, the cheapest ships you can do it, that kind of thing. But I say, because I hadn't researched it or looked at it before, I just figured I'd do it in the Marauder. So fingers crossed, I wouldn't die. Although if this Vexer follows me, and I am tempted to just jump to another site. Okay guys, there's our answer. I can't get through the gate. You have to pick up a gate key from another drop, so we'll just leave it here. I will go and find another site. And we'll go for take 2.
Active.
Okay guys, slight change of plan. The first site we jumped to, somebody else was already, well, someone else jumped in straight after us. It was making it a bit weird, so we're now going to jump in and try this Crimson Gauntlet site instead. Like I said before, I've done no research into these, so it's the main reason I'm taking the Marauder, to be honest, because I don't know how much or how little you do need. Fingers crossed the Marauder's enough, because it's worth like 1.6 bill, and if it dies I'll be upset. Okay, so we've got a few battle cruisers, a few frigates. More importantly, we're on our own. So we'll just bastion up. This ship is all about tracking. So I was using them for the original emerging conduit. Why am I not getting locks on these things? Is my control key broken, or is something else going on? I normally just press control to lock things and I can't. Bit weird, but guess we can worry about it later. No, I know what's going on. One second. I've got this really annoying bug with my keyboard. Sometimes it just stops working. You have to unplug it. That'd be why I couldn't lock anything up. Let's start killing this stuff and see what happens. So we're already seeing E-War wise, we're getting muted and webbed. Webbed's not an issue obviously because we're not moving anyway, we're in Bastion mode, but newts might start being a problem. Harvest Shepherd. Okay, right, we're already targeting that, it's fine. We should put drones on it if I will throw the drones on it just to make life a little bit easier. As I say, I'm not imagining this is going to be a problem for Kronos, but I just don't know, do you? Let's take the bigger stuff first. Drones can stay in the small bits. Let's nuke me now. Harvest safe. Okay, drones are on it again, that's handy. I don't know how many rooms you go through with this. I don't actually know if there's certain structures I'm supposed to be killing. Oh, dragons. Bring them back. Yeah, I don't know how many rooms there's supposed to be, so we'll just go through it. If it does get a little bit longer, I can always just cut it down a bit and edit it. It's not no real dramas. They did aggro very, very quickly to my drones though. So if that wasn't a one-off, that could be a problem if you're trying to run this in a drone boat. It's quite lucky. My first thought was I was actually going to try and run it in this star. I dual rep this star, but between the drone aggro I'm starting to see and the Newton, that might not have been the best plan. Start harvesting these. All I'll do, I'll total it all up at the end and we'll see how much money we made. I was a bit slow with the whole with the salvaging bit. Normally you can just salvage them while you're killing them, so it speeds things up quite a bit. See if we've got anything in the MTU. Not exciting at all. Okay, well, it doesn't seem to be much different in this room. 4 cruisers and a few fleets. If you ever get anywhere near me, I'll kill them. I've got a feeling those harvest shepherds were actually the neuters. Oh, sages, this... Oh, all the cruisers are Newton as well. This might actually get very unpleasant for me. Because... We're on our cap. Can't rep anymore, and I'm dead. So we'll throw out the drones again. Start dealing with the closer stuff. I'll switch to the bigger stuff. Already agging some drones again. They're really, really aggressive towards drones. It's rather unfortunate. Everything is new to me. I'll send my mediums out just because they haven't been hit. Since the biggest dual webbed, should still be able to hit them with the medium drones. And they might take a little bit more damage before I have to pull them back. They're not by much looking at it. No, they're already getting beaten. This one's got a little bit worrying. These things start dying. Okay, if all the waves are like that, it could be a problem because most of my drones now have been battered. And while they're not doing any real damage to me, I'm almost completely neutered out. I do have an energy neutralizer, we're not going to, a notch rather, but I'm not going to get anything off the cruisers, I wouldn't have thought. Let's take this one out as well. Look at how many drones, they're all just red. Don't know how many more waves we're going to have. Might as well start looting some of these as well. Now, luckily, to say the ship's been fitted out, so even the small stuff I can hit. So it was always one of the biggest problems with the emerging conduits. They move so quick you can never get near them. But I really am looking to send my drones back out because we've seen how that ends. Okay, another wave straight on top of me. This isn't what I was hoping for. Oh yeah, of course, there's no more gates, is there? I guess we just keep doing this now and see what happens. It's new to me. It's anything with the word harvest, isn't it? Which is, well, everything. See, when I do hit it, I do an awful lot of damage, but and sometimes fire 3 or 4 shots before I connect to it. Once again, try and take this big stuff out first, I think. Yeah, I can honestly say I'm not enjoying this now. To be fair, it hasn't been too hard up to now. It could just be I don't really know what to expect next. And I'm really scared of losing the ship, obviously, but I don't know how hard these sites are supposed to be, whether they're supposed to be, you know, ran as a group or solo or what. I'm guessing solo, given how little resistance I've come across up to now, but all depends how many waves there are, doesn't it? Now, I don't know what triggers the respawn. So what I'll probably do is I'll take this last cruiser out and then I'll pop a couple of these frigates and hope it's the cruisers that, or even that battle cruiser that actually triggers the respawn, because I'd like to regen my cap a little bit in that before I go too much further. Okay, well this wave's going to be cleared anyway. Hopefully there's no more waves, but I suspect there will be. One thing I've noticed, I don't think I've been warp scrammed yet, so there's nothing stopping you having to try at the site, I guess, and then jumping out. But oh, there's only 2 more. Maybe there isn't another spawn after this. Oh, there is another acceleration gate. I didn't notice that. Inactive. I wonder if that changes when I kill everything.
Warp drive active.
Oh, okay, we've still got no. I was expecting to see a battleship, to be honest, thinking maybe that's like going to be the loot drop. Well, it seems I'm wrong. So, here. Stop dancing around, I could kill them. Let's have a look. Yeah, so the DPS on this doesn't seem particularly bad. I wouldn't fancy trying to do it in a drone boat. I think given how aggressive they are with the drones, then you're going to be in for a tough time if you try that. Just going to take out all these harvest shepherds again because they're absolutely smashing the life out of the cat now. Harvest sage. Okay, there is more. I was a little bit concerned then. It looked like it was finished. Still not seeing anything that resembles a loot drop though. I'm not quite sure what's going on with these. All I can... Got all wave we're up to now. It's got to be wave 5 or 6 or something. Let's see, maybe. I'm gonna get still nothing in MTU. What's an now? The only thing I've seen that's any sort of concern is cap. You're getting used to quite heavily, I suppose, but again, being a marauder, it's not the end of the world. But again, we'll just keep churning through the waves, I guess, and see what comes at the end. I'll probably do some editing with this because, to be honest with you, it's quite boring to play. I find it's quite boring to watch as well. Okay, now here's a battleship. This has got to be the loot drop on it. Just quickly deal with this last cruiser, and we shall take out the battleship, hopefully. Again, the DPS has been so low, I'm not really concerned at all. It's just... Again, the hardest thing is tracking. The ship's been catered specifically to track really, really well against the Triglavian stuff, but it seems to be doing a relatively good job in this. Probably the best thing you could do with this is just be blaming the webbers out a bit. Let's switch over to our proper ammo as soon as we're hitting the battleship. Okay, looking at it, it's not going to last long. Yeah, because you get the decent webbers, you can get them up to 12, maybe 13, something like that. Would you be enough to slow the cruisers and that down? They seem to like orbiting you around 11, 12. Again, this battleship isn't really putting up any kind of fight, so... Just hoping it drops some... I'm assuming this is going to be the loot drop. There's, again, literally nothing. That probably wouldn't even bother picking it up. So let's hope we get something good from this battleship. Oh, it's dead. Let's open the MTU up. See what comes in. The stuff's warped out. Okay. So we got 9th Overseer of Personal Effects and a 7th tier Overseer. Now, for what we've just done, I don't see that it's worth doing these. But let's be fair, like, this is 100% first impressions. I've done no research. I believe there's two different types of site. The one we've just done is, let me just double check the name. Something Gauntlet, I believe. It's just me. It's disappeared off the thing. I'll double check later, but I'm sure it's something Gauntlet, Flaming Gauntlet, or Shining Gauntlet, or something along those lines. I'm sure you'll figure it out. But yeah, for me, that was absolutely pointless. But a lot of these things are RNG, aren't they? One day you might get 3 million, next day you get, 500-600 million from it. So I'll probably come back and do another one of these guys once I've got a bit more information, but I just want to get this out there so you can have a quick look at what the sites look like, what you can expect. So anyway guys, if you did like, please do leave a like. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.